Hey, Facebook and YouTube. Back with another one. I'm gonna play me some relaxing meditation music for a little bit. Well, back with another one, Facebook and YouTube. You know how I do that self-love. So, today, we on blackmailing. Gotta give you some good energy now. And some positive energy as well as to identify, like I keep telling you guys about dark psychology. The reason why I have this on my channel, and I told y'all this multiple times, is because it helps you to identify other people that has a dark side. Okay? Everybody got a dark side. I even have a dark side. Everybody do. But you can identify it, and you can also don't have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And people manipulate others. You get what I'm saying? And I know that for a fact. So this is the reason why I have this on my channel, to help others. I had a long journey by figuring people with manipulation, one-sided, gaslighting, and things like that. And I have met people through my life like that. Okay? So it's like I do this on my channel to help others to identify what is around them. Because like I keep telling you, Facebook and YouTube, your environment is very important. The people that you hang around and kick it with. Okay? It's very important. Because if you hanging around the wrong crowd, that can bring you down into the gutter. But it ain't just the wrong crowd, it's within yourself. So when you don't know yourself, and you don't know even your dark side, or even you don't know yourself or your dark side, you can't work on yourself. I have worked on myself and still working on myself, Facebook and YouTube. It's a journey working on yourself. It's not no non-stopping of healing. You heal constantly each and every day. And I have learned that, and I'm still learning it today. Okay? So this is why I do this. I'm also going to be doing the fruit of the spirit. You know how I do my writing, but this is my book, and it's called The Fruit of the Spirit. Like I was telling you, I wanted to, do that with you guys this coming week as well. And I didn't do all of them, but I'm going to tell you all of them now. So let's start. So we're on. Last week, we was on entangling. Okay, when people put you in third parties and things and third party situations. Now we're on blackmailing. Okay, Facebook and YouTube. I am so glad seeing you guys. I hope y'all weekend is going good, as well as y'all week going good. I will be doing y'all readings after this. So let's start. Okay, we have her blackmailing. What it is. Another common trait used in emotional manipulation is emotional blackmailing. A form of psychological manipulation that use fear, guilt, and also threaten to control the other person. This type of manipulation often bypass the boundaries of what is according in relationships and can lead to codependency. Being between two parties, it's important to understand the power to avoid the emotional blackmailing. So like I was telling you last week, you can tell somebody something, and when you tell them something, they can use that as a blackmail, because it's two parties. When you telling somebody something, they can use that against you and blackmail you. What they know about you, what people know about you, like I told you in your environment, what you say about people. Can you trust them? can you trust who you are dealing with? That means your friends, that means your family, that means your lover. Can you really trust them? Because what you say out the mouth here to them about you, they can use it against you. Facebook and YouTube, they do it every day. So that's why you have to be discernment. And discernment means writing in a journal. Okay, I got a journal that I write in every day. When you want to talk to someone and you cannot trust others, because me, I don't trust others. No offense, I don't. But when you cannot trust others, you can write in a journal about how you feel about a situation, and no one will know about it. But when you going to tell people your business, when you going to tell people what you got going on in your life, when you going to tell people how you doing in your life, they will use that against you. Okay? It has something to do with that, Facebook and YouTube. It says the type of manipulation often passed by what is according to relationships that can lead to codependency. It's like they want you to codependent or be codependent towards them by telling your business to them. And you should not have to do that. You have a journal, a book with pen, and write it down, and no one will know. We also have here, it's important to understand the power to involve in emotional blackmailing, as they often part of a large pattern of psychological abuse. Emotional blackmailing is a character by a person. I told you they'll use what you tell them against you by a person that threatens. It's like they threaten you, as well as another person in their behaviors in a way of easy suffering the consequences. So they use that to make you suffer. What you tell them, they use it as a blackmail to make you suffer. Oh, I'm gonna go tell her what you said. I'm gonna go tell him what you said. I'm gonna go tell him what you did. I'm gonna go tell him. This is what they do, and to get what they want out of you. And it has something to do with that. With the traits of emotional blackmailing is a sign of verbal of their victim. So they like to make their victims vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like vulnerability. When you're vulnerable, and vulnerable is anybody can come in your space when you vulnerable, and it has something to do with that. It can include threatening, withdrawing love, as well as withholding money. So they can withdraw their love from you, also withdraw and hold money, as well even threaten self-harm. So they'll even threaten to hurt you. Oh, I know what you said about me. I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's a threat. Okay? And people these days use threatening for communication. And communication skills people need to learn these days. Everybody has the right to tell their opinion. You might not like what a person say to you, but you can't just beat them up because they said something to you. You can't beat them up because they have an opinion. Okay? You have to accept criticism. And that is what's wrong today, Facebook and YouTube, about accepting criticism. I was one of them. I didn't accept criticism, but now I do. Criticism will teach you lessons, and criticism will teach you what you need to know about yourself sometimes as well. By learning it from another person. By learning what a person is saying out their mouth, it can make you look at yourself. Sometimes you have to take that criticism, because maybe they are telling the truth. So it has something to do with that as well. It says the effect of emotional blackmailing can be involved in victim's sense of self-worth. So it's like they don't want you to know your self-worth. A victim may feel trapped and powerless. So it's like they want the victim to feel trapped and powerless when they blackmailing you. And can suffer from depression, anxiety, and even PTSD. This is the reason why Facebook, I also do this, because mental health is very important. Your mental health is very important. And Some days you have bad days. I know I do. And some days you have good days. Some days you have low days. Some days you have higher days. But you have to identify your mental health. Because then that helps you to have a healthy life. And help you to have a healthy life even for your children. Even for your lover. Even for your friends. If you're healthy, then you can help them to be healthy. So we have that. It says different between blackmailing is also harassment. So people will harass you too. The key factor into blackmailing has a relationship with the victim. The process is better understanding the blackmailer. So you have to better understand them and know how their traits is and their patterns. Let's break it down into 5 steps. It says identification of verbally. Emotional blackmailing often has a need of identifying their target and victim, like I told you, as well as verbally. So it's like they use verbally. Verbally is the mouth as well. They may use your identity area. That's why I said you have to know yourself. Like I told you last week. You don't know yourself, people will take advantage of that. If you a people pleaser, they'll take advantage of that. If you or empath, they take advantage of empaths. Some empaths are learning how to protect their energy. Protecting your energy is putting up boundaries. You can say no to someone anytime and they're going to have to accept that. As well as even a person say no to me, I have to accept that. You get what I'm saying? But if you don't know your identity, you don't know yourself and your values and your principles and what you're not going to accept, then that's when you're going to have problems with people that comes into your energy. Because people comes in all different type of personalities. They have all type of different personalities. And you have to stand up for yourself. It says they may identify the areas where a person feel guilty, responsible, or afraid. So when they feel responsible, they want you to feel responsible of their burdens in their life. What I mean by burdens is they could be going through something in their life and they come to tell you about it. Okay, let's use this as an example, Facebook and YouTube. And they'll tell you about it. Okay. And you can feel sorry for them. Oh, I can help you. Okay, yeah. That's what some people want you to do. But sometimes when a person come and tell you something, Facebook and YouTube, you can say, okay, I'm sorry that that's happening to you. Or you can give them some good advice. But you don't have to help them. Like, give your stuff to them. Like, give your energy to them. Okay? Because some people use that against you. It says the verbal can be related in the past actions. So they'll use your past actions against you. What you did in the past. Yeah. As well as personal insecurities. They'll use your insecurities against you as well. That means if you're insecure about yourself, they'll use that against you. Or a desire of acceptance. So it's like they want you to accept them, or they want you to want to need them. Some people don't have friends all the time. I'm one of them. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a small circle. And some people think because you by yourself, you need them. And you don't need no one because you by yourself. Some people can be by themselves like me. I can be by myself. At first, back then, in like 4 or 3 years ago, I couldn't be by myself. I always thought I needed somebody. But I learned that, and I learned how to heal that. And that's insecurities. And that means, as well as your approval, you gotta make yourself to be approved to them. Why would you have to make yourself be approved to anyone but yourself? You should have to make yourself, if they don't want to be around you, that's cool. You don't have to beg them to be around you. You don't have to beg no one to be in your vicinity or even around you. That's insecurities, and they want you to make them approve. because they want you to be around them all the time because of their energy. You okay being by yourself. Some people need to be okay to be by themselves. Facebook and YouTube. It helps you to heal. And then now just on top of that help you to heal, it helps you to know your identity. Because the more you be by yourself, the more you figure out who you are. It says that, as well as acceptance. Okay? The threats of determination. Once the emotional blackmailing is identifying a verbal, they begin to make threats. So, when they know you insecure, when they know you want their approval so badly, when they want you to feel guilty or be responsible for their actions, this is what they do. These threats can be explosive and are often centered around blackmailing and emotional well-being. For example, they would threaten you to end a relationship. Oh, I don't want to be with you no more. I'm cool. Like you could be in a relationship with somebody and somebody hurt you. You fall out with them, okay? And they always telling you, oh, I don't want to be with you. If you don't want to be with me, why you hurt? You feel what I'm saying? If you don't want to be with me, why you hurt? So, you need to understand, and people need to understand, you don't need them. And that's why I tell y'all Facebook to stay to yourself and love yourself. That's how you find healthy relationships, by knowing yourself. If a person walk out your life today, you're still good. If a person walk out your life today, you still okay. People come in your life for lessons. And you, when that lesson is done, you got to let them go. And when they're telling you, oh, I don't want to be with you, that's on them. Let them walk away. Don't beg them to be with them. Because people these days need validation. And you shouldn't have to show nobody validation. They shouldn't have to know validation for themselves. They should know how to have validation for them. You feel what I'm saying? Why would you have to look for some type of attention outside of you? You feel what I'm saying? So, it has something to do with that, okay? As well as withdrawing love and effectiveness, as well as harming themselves. So they even use harming themselves. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. You don't want to be with me. That's blackmailing you, okay? We also have her resist of guilt. So, when facing with threats and determination may include experiences of discomfort. So it's like they want you to be discomfort in your home, or they want you to be discomfort about yourself. Okay? However, emotional blackmailing is a skill at using guilt as a weapon. So they use guilt as a weapon. They may also use traits of victim themselves. So they act like they are victim to you. Okay? Blaming the target for their unhappiness. Then I tell you that they'll say you making them unhappy. How is that? You don't have nothing to do with their problems and their burdens. Their burdens is on them. Their choices is on them. You have your own choices as well as they have their own choices. Facebook and YouTube. And people will put their burdens and their unhappiness on you. No. You walk away from that when that happens. Because you shouldn't have to feel responsible for somebody that feels low down and feel sad. They go have to work within themselves and go within themselves to make themselves happy. Okay? A reminder of the past mistakes. Like I told you, they'll use the past against you. What you did in the past to them, they'll use it against you. This creates a sense of grief as well as responsible within the target and make them more to use manipulation against you. So they'll use your manipulation against you as a target. The past as a target. Okay? We also have her, over time, the target may begin to complain. So they love to complain with the blackmailing, as well as grief of fear of consequences. So it's like they'll use things against you. Oh, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. I'm going to do this to make you be in fear or something like that. Her. Okay? I seen it with my own eyes with people. Okay? Seen it with my own eyes. They may give in determination of sacrificing their own needs, desires, and boundaries in the process. So it's like they would sacrifice their own needs to get what they want, or get what they want out of you by blackmailing you. That's blackmailing. They emotions, they desires, that's they stuff going on here. Okay. We also have for reflecting on the circle. Emotional blackmailing is also a circumstance of patterns. So you got to look at their patterns. After the targeting of blackmailing may be temporary affirmations of emotional pressure. So they use emotional pressure against you. Like arguing with you all the time. Some people like to argue all the time. And they'll do it just to get something out of you or get the thrill out of you. Okay? Reframing the idea of leading to positive outcome. Sorry about that. That was my son. As well as the cycles of emotional blackmailing. So these are the traits. Identifying verbally, threatening and determined, releasing guilt on you, as well as complaining so you can be submissive to them, and reflaming on the circles. They circle they'll use against you as well. The people that they know, they mama, they daddy, they cousin, they aunties, they'll use that against you. And they cousins and they aunties and they mama don't even know the whole story. It's two sides of a story. They might listen to their own son's story or their own cousin's story or their own auntie story or their own mama story. But it's also another story of that other person. Don't always listen to one person advice. It's two sides of a story. You need to get the whole facts. And the whole facts is getting two sides of a story. You get what I'm saying? Don't believe what one person say to you. You get what I'm saying? What you can do. Dealing with blackmailing can be a challenge, but it's important to assist your boundaries and stand up for yourself. So you got to stand up for yourself when people blackmailing you. Here are some powerful ways to address emotional blackmailing. The first step is identifying yourself, your values, your principles, what you're not going to stand up for. As well as emotional blackmailing is noticing the person is using guilt, threatening, as well as manipulation to get what they want. So people will threaten you, use guilt against you, as well as manipulate you to get what they want. Emotional blackmailing is often trying to provoke emotional regulation from you. So stay calm. Staying calm is the way to do it. Okay? And also, emotions can give them more power. So when you giving your emotions to them, it give them more power. More power of you. The more you giving your emotions, that's why you gotta stay calm. Like, Musa, peace. You know? Silence. You know? We also have her clear communication is another one of your own boundaries and experiences. So you have to tell them your boundaries, what you're not going to stand up for. Clear assistance of the needing of desires, limiting without arguments and being offensive. So arguing with somebody, like I was telling you, arguing with people and being offensive, that's why you have to walk away if you feel that way. You can feel energy when you angry or when you really frustrated. You can feel that within yourself. You get tense. Okay? And when you feel intense, you could need to walk away from that situation. Okay? Say, man, I just need a moment. You know, maybe we can talk about this later. Okay? That's what you need to do. Because you can feel it when you get angry. I know I can. When I get angry, I can feel it. It's coming. You hear me? So it says emotional blackmailing is testing your boundaries. So they will test your boundaries. Okay? And you have to still stand up and tell them, hey, this is not what I'm going to stand up for. I'm not standing for this. And when you tell them that, you directly tell them that and you walk away. You don't keep arguing with them. Okay? And therapy is a good one. Getting some professional help is a good one as well here. Okay. So that is emotional blackmailing. Taking care of yourself emotionally, physically, as well as mentally, and dealing with the blackmailing of self-care. So that's why you have to do self-care to bring joy, relax, and also peace of mind. So you have to do that, self-care. Facebook and YouTube is very important to do self-care and knowing yourself, as well as loving yourself. When you feel those urges of anger and upsetness towards others, you need to walk away from the situation. Even if they making you mad, I know sometimes it's hard. I know sometimes it's hard. But if you walk away and you give it a little time and then you come back to that situation, it can get better for you. Okay? So we're going to be on, that's emotional blackmailing. Okay, next week, I'm sorry, Facebook and YouTube. Next week we will be on emotional flaws. Yeah, manipulation flaws. That's what they call it. Manipulation flaws is going to be the next one for next week, okay? So let's get on the fruit of the spirit. Okay? So you know the fruit of the spirit, and that is in Galatians 5:22-23. The fruit of the spirit. So the first one is love. Seeking the highest goodness of others is love. Love does not base on emotions or feelings. It is a decision. It is a decision to commit to well-being of others. Any conditions as well. So love is the first fruit of the spirit. And that's seeking the highest good of others. As well as love is not based on emotions and feelings. It is a decision. A decision. Do you want to love that person? To be committed to the well-being of others. So that means, do you want to love that person and their well-being? Joy is the second one. It says guidance is not based on circumstances. Joy is more than happiness. It is not based on financial success, good health, or even popularity. By believing in God, obeying His will, receiving His forgiveness, in the fellowship with other believers, ministering to others, and sharing the gospel behaviors will is example of joy. So joy is guidance and not based on circumstances. So when you joyful, sometimes you ain't even recognizing you enjoy. Peace, contentment into unions between people. Peace is contentment until between people. Peace is a state of assistance, lack of fear, and the sense of contentment. So you content when you in peace. It is fellowshipping, harmony, union between peace. Is a freedom from worry. So when you in peace, you're not worrying. So peace is content of union between others. Patience. Patience is slow to speak and slow of anger. Patience. Slow to speak and slow to anger. Patience is slowness in achieving wrongness. It is the quality of believers from speaking or acting harshly in the face of disgrace. So when people doing you wrong, that's why you have to be peaceful. When people are yelling at you, that's why you have to be not peaceful. You got to be peaceful, but you also got to be patient. In the face of disagreements of opposites, as well as persecution. Patience bring pain or problems without complaining. So patience is where you're not complaining. You're just waiting on time and you're patient. Kindness is merciful, sweetness, and tender. Kindness is putting others at ease. It is a sweetness and attraction of temptation that shows friends regards or regarding. So that means you're caring about what they feel like and caring about how they feel. Merciful, sweetness, and tender is kindness. Goodness is generosity and open-hearted. Goodness is the selfless desires to be open-hearted and generosity to others above what they deserve. So people deserve love. They deserve respect. They deserve. Have you ever heard that saying? It says in the Bible, "Do unto others as you want them to be done to you." I love that verse. Do unto others as you want them to be done to you. Even if your enemy's doing you wrong. Because Jesus Christ had enemies. And he knew he had enemies. But he still loved them. Love, like I said, is seeking the highest goodness of others. And he loved his enemies, even though they was wrong to him. Because God would show you more to your enemies than you will. You coming after them, yeah, that's good and all. But God will show them more. And put it in God's hands and keep it pushing. Okay? Fruitfulness is another one. Fruitfulness is the devotion of God's loyalty and friends. Describing to carry out responsibilities. Faith in the conviction of every now God is working and acting on our behalf. Fruitfulness. Dependence and loyalty. And for full of trust. Faithfulness, not fruitfulness, but faithfulness. Generosity, humbleness is generosity. Humbleness, calm, and non-threatening. Generosity is a humble, non-threatening, and also the position of strength and authority. It is used into calm another anger. Gentleness is not a quality that is weak and possessive. So like I told you, when people make you mad, be gentle to them. It'll mess them up. When they hollering at you, you okay? Keep it calm. When they going off on you, you okay today? Be gentle to them. Now, oh, why you up in my face? Why you going off on me? All that, it's gonna mess you up with that energy. But if you be gentle to them, like, what's up? What's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? That's another one. Self-control is the last one. Behaving well. Self-control is also our own emotions, actions, and desires, and to be humble with the will of God. Self-control is doing God's will, not living for another ourselves. So self-control is doing God's will, not living for ourselves. This is the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I love them. So, We gonna do the last bit. And I have to give it to you, Facebook. It's always so bad, ain't it? Bad fruit. Iglesias, 19 to 21. Sexual irradiation. It says adulteress, hatred, drinking, jealousy, lust, third language, evilness, selfishness, greed, the fate of wrath, anger, evil desires, as well as deception. Another one is witchcraft. Those are the bad fruits. Iglesias 5 to 19. Drunkenness, hatred, adultery, sexual irradiation, jealousy, lust, filthy language, witchcraft, evil, selfishness, greed, sloth, anger, evil desires, and deception and greedy is the bad fruits. Okay? So now y'all know, Facebook and YouTube. I'm finna go in a minute. This is my book called The Man God Has for You. Finding Your Purpose is what I'm on today. I know a lot of these sound easy said then done. However, it seems nice. It says it still needs to happen. If you don't know where you are going, you won't know who you belong with. If you don't know where you're going, you wouldn't belong. It says if you won't know who belongs with you, if you don't know where you're going on the path, aside for what that, you won't find your true happiness. In this perspective, and how beginning the energies of healing yourself. You got to heal yourself first. It is the essence, however. So this is being happy. Do things you enjoy and finding a career that speaks to your heart in order and starting a great energy. So finding what you love, the things that you love, and finding a career that you love. Okay? This is the sense of peace that comes from within. When you are confident, you are walking the path God is leading you on. The confronts of knowing who you are and what you are meant to do, in essence. You don't want to end up in a relationship and realizing that man and woman you are with doesn't co-sign or feel comfortable with you or agree with the path God has for you. Even the path God has for you, you get in a relationship. You face with people get in relationships, and it can be good at all. But do you know is it the path God has for you? Is that partner is the person God has for you? The sis will set you back and keep you from your fulfillment and embrace who you are. So when you ending up with people that you don't supposed to be with her, it's stopping you from being on your path. And it's stopping you from knowing what path you need to be on. There are plenty of men and women right now who are not walking in their purpose because they are trying to walk with the wrong man and the wrong woman. And he or she is holding you back. He becomes an anchor in their life. So she or he could be an anchor in y'all lives, or even in my life. They are stuck unable to progress the way God intends. So it's like they stuck, unable to process the way God intends. And it is not just the man or the woman. The wrong friends even will put you in a messed up situation, and negative associates into your life. Your job and the mess of things that doesn't belong can represent the anchor. So it'll keep going on and on and on into your life until you identify the patterns and the people that's in your life. In order for you to know what fix, you must know where you are supposed to go. It's important that it's important that you to take the time to make sense of your purpose. So that's why I say you have to be by yourself. You have to be by yourself to know your purpose. Because first you have to know your identity. Then you got to know also what God has stored for you. And then God will show you your purpose. But you have to be by yourself. Not with everybody named mama. And sometimes you even got to let go of your lover, of your friends, your mamas, your daddies, your cousins. God is first, and God is supposed to be first in everything you do. You supposed to put him first. No one else. Now you know Facebook and YouTube. You gotta know your purpose. You gotta know which way you going. And the only way you can figure that out is being by yourself and asking the Most High. And he will take you where you need to go. Well, I gotta go, Facebook. YouTube. I love you guys. I'll be on my readings. Y'all readings pretty soon. Y'all take care. Bye.